Holy crap! They actually fused! Dragon Ball Super Episode 64 is now officially in the history book, guys, and today we're going to go ahead and discuss Dragon Ball Super Episode 65 and share our predictions as to what may or may not happen in the coming episode. Now keep in mind, guys, this video will contain massive amounts of spoilers, so in case you guys have not watched Dragon Ball Super Episode 64, I really recommend you guys to go ahead and watch that episode before watching this, because this episode will contain massive amounts of spoilers. So with that being said, on to the predictions. Now, it's not really a secret anymore, knowing the fact that Goku Black and Zamasu have finally merged, creating one ultimate being, and with that we have a situation on our hands, and it's because of this fusion, it's because of this merger that our heroes are now placed in a very desperate and dire situation, because now you're up against an opponent that bears the powers of both Zamasu and Goku Black. And of course, just like everybody else, it piques your curiosity and your interest on just how powerful this fusion may be. And I think, judging based on the way they look, they're going to be supremely powerful. So what more can be said? In the episode preview, we see how the merger is able to completely decimate everybody, and the reason why I say that is because you can clearly notice Goku and Vegeta struggling to get up. So especially Vegeta, we saw his legs shaking. We see how the merger is unleashing like these blasts all throughout the city, and the only person in a way that I thought in an essence had some sort of an effect on him was Trunks. We see Trunks pretty much powered up to like his new superpower whatnot, and we see him pull out his sword, and we see how he's trying to go up against Zamasu, but I think to no avail. I think next week both Goku, Vegeta, and Trunks are gonna try desperately to defeat him, but I think to no avail. I think that this fusion, in fact, especially knowing the fact that after what happened in this episode with Trunks using the Mafuba, it actually doesn't that bother anybody in a way, because in an essence we see how Trunks was able to pretty much learn the Mafuba. He knows the Final Flash, he knows the Galley Gun, and he knows the Masenko. So this dude now knows 4 moves, and literally it took him like, what is it, like 5 minutes to learn the Mafuba technique. It was pretty cool to see him using it in a way, but in another way it's like, alright, well, how did he learn that so quick? I mean, I understand that, yeah, you know, Bulma had her phone out, so she was like, hey, check this out. So she pretty much showed, you know, Trunks how to demonstrate and use the Mafuba, but it just struck me as a little odd how he quickly mastered it so much to where he was able to, you know, transform, and he grabbed Zamasu and he pretty much threw him in the Mafuba jar, but to no avail, because the seal, the permanent magic seal, the sticker that was left at Roshi's house was left at Roshi's house. And to a degree, it kind of sucks that Black and Zamasu are now fused, because obviously enough, I am a huge fan of Goku Black. Anything and everything Goku Black related, I'm gonna go ahead and get. And the reason why I say it sucks in a way is because I wanted to see more out of Goku Black. Some people might say, well, it's been about a few months since we've seen them, you know, destroy everything and wreak havoc, so it's about time to where now he finally has to work with somebody in essence, you know, to combine their powers. So we see this fusion, and what more can be said? I think that next week Goku, Vegeta, and Trunks are gonna have no chance in hell. I think if anything, out of the 3, Trunks may have a shot, because in the episode preview we see how Trunks is literally trying to slash up Zamasu's, you know, energy blast from the sky and stuff. Like, he's trying in a way, but did anyone notice that giant like halo behind Zamasu? It looks like, you know, Whis and Varu's like little circle, but it's white, it's glowing, and it looks like there's 2 inner circles within it, so it's really weird. It could either be a technique, it could be the source of his power, it could be something, or maybe it's just, you know, designed for like his character. Like, it's more than fitting for like the way he looks, but I do think that that may play an important role here, because perhaps maybe now he considers himself to be the almighty, like the highest of the high. But I think at this point, having Beerus show up is more than unlikely. If he does show up, I mean, hell, it's gonna go down. But next week I'm predicting that they're all gonna confront and challenge the fusion head on, and to a degree it's not gonna work. I mean, to a very large degree it's not gonna work, because if you just think about like the sheer tenacity and the ruthlessness of Goku Black, and putting that together against someone as smug as Zamasu, having immortality and whatnot, it's more than fitting in a way. So I think that next week they're gonna try maybe to use the Mafuba again, but keep in mind they can't really do that. They can't really seal him away, because the permanent sticker that is supposed to be placed on the damn jar, it had to have been Goku that forgot, because so far Goku forgot the senzu beans, almost got killed. Goku forgets everything, so I'm pretty sure this is Goku's fault here for forgetting the sticker at Roshi's house, and I'm pretty sure he's gonna get chewed out once, you know, Bulma and Vegeta find out, like, yo, it was you again? So what I think may happen here is I think that Gowasu and the Supreme Kai may come into play here. And the reason why is because since they can't really use the time machine, I mean, it's there, but it's not like, you know, we're gonna have Zamasu let them go back into the past again, right? It doesn't make any sense. So more now than ever, I think that utilizing Gowasu and the Supreme Kai could come in handy, because while Goku, Trunks, and Vegeta are trying to hold back the fusion, we can see how Goku's like, alright, quick, go to Roshi's house, get the sticker, and come back. So that could actually happen, not next week necessarily, but it's a possibility, especially knowing that the Mafuba jar is supposed to play like a very vital role in this entire arc. So perhaps maybe that could be a possibility to where they go to Roshi's house, they show up and they're like, yo, where's the sticker? And Roshi's like, oh, this? And they just give it to them and they go back to the future and stuff. Or option B, we can have fusion. That is something that we all want to see, because once Zamasu took off his earring and he put it on his other ear, Goku and Vegeta kind of like they lowered their eyes a little bit, because they knew right from the start like what was gonna happen. We see Vegeta's like, oh shit, oh, this is really happening, isn't it? And we see how they know about it, but the question is, how do they go about it? So my prediction for next week, I think the merger is gonna beat all of them down, no questions asked. In terms of the fusion coming across Gowasu and the Supreme Kai, I don't think that the merger of Zamasu and Black have any sort of interest towards Gowasu and the Supreme Kai, not yet at least. I think they're primarily focused on Trunks, Vegeta, and Goku, and they're going to be pursuing them for the time being. But I think that since we have two other side characters that aren't really doing anything, make them do something. I mean, we saw Bulma, I mean, she was flirting with Zamasu just to buy some time for Trunks to learn the technique. We saw how Mai actually was holding the Mafuba jar as Trunks was doing his thing. So we have everybody else coming into play, everyone else making use of themselves, except for Gowasu and the Supreme Kai. Why are they there? They're not gonna fight him, are they? Of course not. So either option A, Gowasu's gonna give his earrings to Goku and Vegeta, or option B, they're gonna go back into the past and like do something to help out here, because I think we can all agree, I think all of us can agree, that this fusion is more powerful than Goku, Vegeta, and Trunks. There is no debating that. I mean, how can anyone else, you know, feel differently? I mean, just having to culminate and combine powers using Potara fusion out of all things, that creates a very, very powerful adversary. It could be a good guy, as we saw with Vegito, or it could be a bad guy, as we're seeing with him. So there is no doubt in my mind that Goku and Vegeta and Trunks, they're gonna try, but they're gonna fail. But what do they do after they fail? I think that going into next week, obviously enough, episodes 66, 67, and 68 have not yet been released, depending on when you're watching this video, of course. When it's announced, I'll let you guys know. But those episodes have not been officially announced yet. So if anybody out there is like talking about, oh my god, Vegito confirmed, blah, 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 none of that has been officially confirmed. So in case you guys are wondering on, you know, Fusion or Beerus or the Omni King or Yamcha, none of that's gonna happen because nothing's been confirmed yet. However, if it is confirmed that we're gonna get some type of fusion, or maybe, you know, someone else is gonna come back into the past to help them out, then we're gonna have some clarity here. But I think going forward from here, despite what Goku does, despite what Vegeta does, despite what Trunks does, they're gonna get their asses whooped. It is as plain as day. And I think that perhaps leading to the conclusion of this, we're gonna see the ultimate merger, whatever you want to call him. Let's just call him Zamasu. We're gonna see him attempt, or at least try to level everything and destroy everybody, because if in fact he is combined with Zamasu, which he is, and they retain some of that, you know, memory and battle techniques and stuff, perhaps maybe this fusion does know about, you know, immortality, and he is immortal. So assuming that he is immortal, then yes, the Mafuba jar needs to happen like ASAP, because if it doesn't, how the hell are you gonna stop somebody who can't die? So if he's immortal, they're gonna use the Mafuba jar again, and they're gonna have some way of sealing him off permanently. If he's not immortal, if by some chance this fusion is not immortal, then there's a possibility to where they know that the Mafuba jar can't work. So what's the other option here? They're going to start asking for clues and whatnot. Maybe a fusion is going to happen. If Vegito does happen, I think Vegito's going to curb stomp, because having the powers of Goku and Vegeta together at such a high caliber, especially like where they're at now, is just scary. Like, this is Dragon Ball Z Vegito, and this is like Dragon Ball Super Vegito, like all the way up here. So he would be supremely powerful, and given the circumstance that if this fusion is not immortal, he's vulnerable, but I don't think that his vulnerability is going to show due to Trunks, Vegeta, and Goku doing it separately as individuals. I think that something more needs to happen, because despite what anybody says, this is a desperate ass situation. Remember Buhan? When Super Buu absorbed Gohan and Gotenks, everyone, he was destroying everyone, and he even told Goku, I'll give you to the count of 5 to find a suitable partner, and if you don't, he was cracking his knuckles, he was, I'm gonna kill you, and Goku and Vegeta had no other choice but to fuse, because Buhan at that time was such a powerful person. How do you stop him? Similar to the fusion. This is such a powerful fusion. How the hell do you stop him? So I do think next week we're gonna have some sort of involvement with Gowasu and the Supreme Kai. They're probably gonna talk to each other like, oh crap, like what do we do? How do we stop them? Perhaps maybe Gowasu knows of something, because he's very familiar with the time ring, with the earrings and stuff. So maybe he knows of a method, or maybe he's gonna say, you know, take the earrings off or whatnot. Just do something out of the norm to, you know, just get them to remove one another from each other's fusion. But I think that they're gonna talk, and our heroes are gonna fight, and they're gonna get their asses whooped. So I want to know your thoughts down in the comment section below now, and I also want to know your thoughts in the live stream, because right now we're about to live stream and we're about to talk live, everyone in the community together. So I want to know your thoughts on that, guys. Thank you all for watching. As always, if you guys are fans of Dragon Ball, don't forget to subscribe for more awesome Dragon Ball content. If you guys enjoyed the video, if you guys love Dragon Ball, make sure to slap a video up with a like, leave your thoughts down below, tune in for more. I'm excited about this because this gives a huge window of opportunity for our characters to like think of a plan or whatnot. I really hope that they don't water this down, because if they water this down, it'll really be a missed opportunity. But let's just see what happens here. So thank you all for watching. As always, tune in for more, and I'll be seeing you all in the live stream. Take it easy, guys. Peace.